In this video, we're going to talk about the setup process that we use at the Dorian Trader for the Thinkorswim platform. We're going to have you set up the platform exactly how we use it when we're demonstrating during our live programming that we do almost every day. By mirroring how we have the TOS platform set up, it will allow you to be able to accelerate the learning process faster because what you see on your screen is going to be what you see on your platform. So we are using two different videos that are married together to be able to complete the setup process. One of the videos is going to say Dorian Way. That is our old name. We recently changed the name to the Dorian Trader, but we are also obviously known as the Dorian Way. So if you hear the Dorian Way in this video, please understand it's just an old video that we married together with this new video. With that said, if you are watching this video, you most likely are new to the Dorian Trader. So we want to thank you for joining our community, and we look forward to getting to know you and helping you through your options learning journey. Please always let us know if you have questions, and let's jump into this video.
Let's start off with the first part of how to set up this platform. You want to go to the settings area at the top, this setup area, and then you want to click on that and then hit application settings. Then once that pops up, the first thing you want to look at is positions. And you want to make sure that everything in this area is exactly as you see on this screen here. Everything in this area is set up exactly as you see on this screen. You're just going to use the drop-down menus to do it. All right, and you can just hit pause if you need to add to your account. All right, the next part you want to look at in this area is display. Go down here, and then you just want to make sure all of this is the same once again. And then you want to go over where it says order defaults right there. You want to click on there, and then you want to make sure everything in this stock area is correct. Everything in the stock area is correct. Then you want to go to options, and you want to make sure everything in the option area looks like this. And then you want to go to futures in the same kind of process, make sure everything looks like this. Then futures options, everything looks like this. Then once you have completed all of that, you do not have to worry about the Forex, because we only trade currencies via options, because Forex is a 50-50 shot. We like to have a better than a 50-50 chance when we are trading. So we use just options on futures for our currencies. All right, with that said, once you complete these steps, you want to click on apply settings, and then it will apply the settings accordingly. All right, so the next thing you want to do is go over to account area, and that's account info over here. Then you want to click on the little bar here, and then click on customize gadget. And then you want to make sure that in this area here, this is the only stuff you have in this area. Okay? You can type here, type in what you need, and you can use these buttons over here to move up or down to put these in the exact order that you see here. Then you want to make sure that this hide non-applicable items is unpopulated. You do not want this to be populated. Once you have set this up correctly, then you want to just hit OK. All right, so the next step you want to do, you want to go to the watch list for this panel over to the left. We're talking about this panel to the left here, this panel. So then you want to click on you can click on this like little arrow here, and then it's going to have something that says create watch list. You want to go all the way down, find create watch list, and then you want to name this watch list the Dorian Way. Okay, you name it the Dorian Way, and then you want to add the symbols that you received in your welcome email. You had an attachment that said all the main things that we trade in regards to options on futures. So you want to click add a symbol, and then you can add a symbol like /ES, and you hit that. You can hit tab, or you can just hit add. Then you can hit add another symbol, and this is going to add it for you. Now we're going to do the /NQ, and you want to do it in the order that we were talking about. All right, so I just clicked add the symbol once I typed the symbol in. And then what you're going to do, once you add all the symbols in the order that has been provided, you're going to just click save. All right, so if you want to remove these panels, you want to set it up similar to how I have it here with 3 different columns. You got 1, 2, 3. And this 2 is if you want to watch CNBC or the information that, or the channel that Thinkorswim provides. With that said, you can remove these by clicking on the gadget here, clicking on this arrow, and you can just hit delete gadget. You can always add these gadgets back. And if you want to move these bars, you can just go and you can set this up to move it like this. You can move it up or down. Okay, so that's what I do to move those, and that's how you'll operate this left panel area here. All right, so the next area you want to take a look at is your monitor tab, and this is the monitor tab that is on right now. You can click trade and you can click monitor. So we're going to talk about the monitor tab here, and you want to be able to set this up so that you can understand how to read your portfolio. So what you're going to do is go over to the settings wheel, and then you're going to make sure that everything that's in this area is there in the exact order. You can type over here to put it in there like before, and you can move up or down here, or you can remove things here or add here. Okay? You want to make sure this stays populated. Once you're done, you're going to click OK. And once you finish that part, you're going to go over to the top here where it says beta weighting, and you're going to beta weight this to the SPX. Okay, so I'm just going to put a different number in here, symbol in here now, and then just go back to the SPX. You're going to beta weight to the SPX because that's what the Dorian way beta weights to. A lot of people beta weight to the SPY. Most professionals beta weight to the SPX. I've been beta weighting, or the Dorian way has been beta weighting to the SPX for as long as we can remember. So that's what we teach. All right, and SPX is the S&P 500 index. All right, so the next thing you want to do once you set up this area, you want to, and when you set this area up, it's going to look similar to like this in this demo account here, that you're going to be able to see what's going on with the positions. You can see you're going to see the option strikes here. You're going to see the quantity here, the days, the mark, the probability in the money. That's like your delta, and you're going to see the delta here. This delta right here is beta weighted delta. This is beta weighted to here. Then you're going to see your gamma, your theta, and your vega. That's all the option Greeks. You're going to see your P&L open percentage. This is just giving you an idea of how much you are up or down on the position since you started it. This is going to be your net lick area. We're going to discuss that in lesson 4 quite a bit. This is how much you've made on the day, P&L day, and this is how much you've made since you opened the positions. And we'll discuss that a lot more and how to read your portfolio, the Dorian way, in lesson 4 of course 1. All right, so now let's jump over to the trade tab that's right here. You click on trade tab, and then you're going to make sure that this area has 3 months. You can check that by clicking on here. You got active only, 3 month, or all. You're going to put 3 month. You're going to make sure this is single. You can say single or calendar. You're going to make sure it's single, and then you're going to go down and you're going to choose one of the option strikes. And you can do this on anything. You can do it on the SPX. I'm going to just type in the symbol here. This is how you can type in the symbol. All right, I'm just typing in all these different option chains to the left, all these different expiration periods that you can choose from, all these different ones here. All right, so let's just choose this here, and you're going to want to set this up so that it's lined up like this across the left side, which is the call side, and the right side, which is the put side. All right, we're putting these things here on this in this trade area. So what you're going to do is click on layout right in here. You click on layout, and you're going to click there by this little arrow right there. You're going to click that, and then you're going to choose customize, and then you're going to put it in exactly like this, in this exact order. Once again, you can add over here. You can add the item once you type it in over there, and then you can remove items here, and you can move up and down to put them in the order that you want. And then once you're done with that, you want to click OK. All right, so that's how you're going to set up that area. And then the next area you're going to set up is your Analyze tab. And this Analyze tab allows you to see how your portfolio would act if you take off something or if you put on something new. And we're going to go over this in detail if you have a Thinkorswim account. But this is just showing you how to set this up. So you're going to type in SPX in this area and then hit enter. And then you're going to go along this line here and let your cursor change so you can drag it up, and you're going to drag it all the way up to the top. And then you're going to click here and choose Black-Scholes. And then you're going to click here where it says single symbol, and you're going to choose portfolio beta weighted. Then it's going to bring up all the positions that you have, and that you can see that this portfolio is indicating what's going to happen to this portfolio if the SPX goes up 20 points in one day. This is what's going to happen to the portfolio. If it goes down 20%, this is what's going to happen to the portfolio. And then all in between this area, what's going to happen. So this just allows you to see what's going on with your portfolio. And if you take something off, like uncheck something, it'll let you know what would happen to your portfolio. Or if you add a position, this is like a simulator. It lets you know what will happen to your portfolio. When you're setting this up, and I'm just going to put in a different symbol here so you can see how this is set up. You will set it up to the SPX, and it's going to look exactly where you see it now, but this is how you would set it up. We're going to just go type in the rut here, and then you can see that this is not set up yet. So what you're going to do here is you're going to choose some slices, and these are the slices here. Okay, these are the slices, and you're going to make sure you have 11 slices by adding the slices here on the plus. So we have 3 now, so you're going to add one more: 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then you're going to make sure that all of these are percentages. You're going to change all of this to a percentage, changing it all to a percentage, as you can see that I'm doing here. And then you're going to choose the middle one. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one here, this middle, the 6, you're going to make that, you're going to keep that 0%, and you're going to move this up to 1%, this up to 2%. You're going to move this to 3%, move it to 3%. You're going to move this to 12%. This is how you're going to set it up, Dorian way. And you're going to move this to up 20%. Okay. Then you're going to go to the bottom area. You're going to move this down 1%, negative 1%, and this negative 2%. If I can get this to work correctly. Negative 2%. It's going to be negative 3%, negative 12%. And then the last one is going to be negative 20. And it's going to be set up the way you want at that point. So we got the negative 20%. Then you're going to make sure, once again, that this says Black-Scholes, this says beta weighted, and then you will be all set. And once again, this area needs to say SPX, and it'll look like this at the end once you do that. Okay. Once you do that, you click enter, and now that's the SPX. This is where you can change the interest rate. This is where you can change the date if you want to look at a different date, what's going to happen to this analyze tab, or this kind of simulator of your account if you move it from today to the end of the month or something like that, or if you want to move it a few days ahead of time and stuff like that. So this is how this analyze tab works. We'll discuss this more in the future in your one-on-ones. All right, so the next thing we want to discuss here is the market watch tab, and that is up here. And we're going to click on that, and then this is an area where you can set up a watch list. In this area, we have a bunch of stocks that we watch, this personally watch. You can set this up any way you want and follow whatever you would like to follow. When you set this up, you can go to this bar over here, and you can click create watch list. And then it's the same kind of concept we talked earlier. You can name the watch list, and then you can add the symbols that you want, and you can always go back to add more symbols to whatever watch list that you create. All right, so the last area we're going to talk about is the chart area. So we're going to go over to this chart area, and then what you want to do to set this chart area up the Dorian way is you want to click on this hourglass here, and once you click on that, you're going to want to make sure you have these studies that are in this area here. You want these studies in this area here, and how you do that, you go to this left area, go to this area here, and then you type in simple moving average, and then you choose that. And then once you choose that, you can decide to add selected item. Once you add all these in this exact order, you want this one right here is we got 2 simple moving averages, this one here and this one here. And we got a 50-day that you're going to change it to. You're going to make sure it's 50-day, and you got the 200-day. You're going to make sure it's 200-day. And then you have volume. You're going to put volume, and then you're going to put the RSI, the relative strength index. And you're going to add all those. Once you add those, let's hit cancel here for a second. I don't have volume. I actually removed volume, but you can add volume if you want. I don't use it anymore. But with that said, we go back to here, and once you put these simple moving averages in, you want to make sure that inside this area that it's set up exactly the same here, and then that you choose this color here. So you can click on the colors, and then you can decide how to choose the color there. Choose one of those colors there. All right, and then you would click OK for that one, and then you can go to the next one, and you're going to make sure that this is the 200-day moving average. You're going to make sure you put this as the color, and then you're going to hit OK down here, and then you're going to move on to the next thing. You're going to add the relative strength index as RSI here. As you can see, you'll choose that first one, as you can see right there. And then you'll click the settings wheel, and you'll open up, and then you'll make sure everything is set up exactly like this. You're going to have to change it to 14, 70, and 30, as you can see here. And then you're going to make sure that these colors are red for overbought, green for oversold. And when you do that, you're going to have to go into more colors. Okay, you're going to have to go into more colors and choose a red. And you're gonna have to do that same thing for green. Go into more colors and choose the dark green that you want. All right, once you do that, you're gonna click OK, and then that's going to set up everything for you. And then once you do that, you're gonna hit apply down there. All right, so then once you're done, your chart is going to look like this. This gold line that you see is the 200-day moving average, and this bluish line that you see is the 50-day moving average. Right? And then down here is the relative strength index that we were talking about. This red means it's overbought, oversold, that green area, overbought. Okay, that's just giving us an indicator. We'll talk about how to read these charts in the future. We're not chartists. We are probability. We base everything on probabilities, but we do look at charts just to see where something has been before.
So this is how you want to set up your platform the Dorian Trader way. We encourage you to set up your platform in this manner, at least for the first few months, and then you can decide to add different parts to the platform that meets your requirements. If you have any questions, please always email support@doriantrader.com. We thank you for joining once again. We look forward to helping you through your options learning journey.